My name's Jake Blue. I'm on a mission to discover the greatest small towns in America, and today we're starting in Joshua Tree, California. Here we go! My gosh, look at the sunrises here. Is that crazy or what? Wow. This is a real special video for me to film today because I just bought this van about 4, maybe 5 days ago. So it's a brand new van. I've lived in my car for over 2.5 years before this, about like almost 900 days, I think. Traveling around the country, went to all 49 states in that little car, and I just bought that van hoping to make these next YouTube videos more comfortable, more fun to film than ever before. So we're starting this new YouTube series today about the greatest towns in America. After going to all 50 states in America, I found a lot of them, but I've just not filmed a lot of them because I was in my car and I was worried about getting arrested for sleeping in the wrong places. So today we're starting this YouTube series with the entire goal being just to show you the greatest places that I've found, my favorite small towns in the country. Joshua Tree is famous for the Joshua Tree. All these trees right here are actually protected under federal law, I think state law as well, and you're not even allowed to touch them, but these are some of the most unique trees that you'll ever see anywhere. You don't find them anywhere else. There's some sort of unique species of yucca. You'll see trees that look similar, but the Joshua Tree is unique to this region of California, which is very, very cool. So we're gonna go into Joshua Tree National Park a little bit later today, but for this morning, we're gonna start by going to my favorite coffee cafe to get a little bit of breakfast and get some work done. So while I'm starting up the van, I'll give you a little bit of a tour real quick. If you've never seen the inside of a Ram ProMaster, the reason I wanted these vans because they're very customizable. We'll be able to build all this out at some point, but like I said, I only bought this about 4 days ago. So right now we're pretty bare bones, still learning how to organize stuff in here. Clothes over here, just got my golf clubs, little trash bag right here. This is my bed that I slept in last night. And even in Southern California, where it's supposed to be hot, all the way down here, it still gets cold at night in winter. So, been really fun, but this is the coolest part, man. When I bought this van, I was imagining waking up, looking at sunsets just like this, and now we get to do it. It's it's a feeling. It's like, man, I freaking did it. Gosh. All right, breakfast time. This right here, little coffee mug you can see up here is Frontier, the coffee shop here in actually Yucca Valley, I think is the name of this town. About 13 miles down the road from Joshua Tree, which is that way. We're gonna go inside. They got a really good BLT, kind of expensive, but I mean, it's California, right? So it's really fun. Here you go. One of the day-old cheese pastries right here, and I'm gonna take probably a classic egg sandwich with avocado, please. So this is what breakfast at the Frontier looks like. Little egg sandwich. Look at this, really good too. Morning, pup. After some work at the local coffee shop, I headed up into Joshua Tree National Park. This place is spectacular. We are in Joshua All right, so here we are in Joshua Tree, California. I always tell people it sort of looks like the Cretaceous era. It's just magnificent out here. In the summer, 120 degrees, don't recommend it. But right now, this place is perfect, like 55, you run around, the sun's still shining. Sun will go down in about 2 hours and leave us with one of the most phenomenal sunsets. So I think we got some fun to have. I'm gonna go show you how famous the hiking is here though first, because this place has rock climbers galore and it's a lot of fun. Let's go. Told you there were rock climbers. These sort of rock structures that you can see right in front of me are what Joshua Tree is characteristic for. These big, I don't even quite know how to describe them, but they're just piles of rocks really in the middle of the desert. You could see them all around us, all over here, right? All over here. It's crazy amidst all the Joshua trees. This is a totally wild place. Very, very cool. And rock climbers love it. I also love it because you can get up on any one of these little hills and find 100 little nooks and crannies that you're basically alone in. No one else is coming up. So we're gonna go to the top of this one right now. Sometimes these are very challenging. Sometimes they're very simple. We're just gonna see what this one has to offer. We got a little running jump start into this one. And now is where it gets technical. All that getting up that is just the entry point. But right now, you have to choose your path on which way you want to go up. So some sections, like squeezing your way up this, might look really hard right now, but it might be easier on the other end. So it's always a game when you're climbing up these. Right now, I think this is our best path. So we'll go 1, 2, and bring it up right here. Okay, and let's see what's next here. Okay, next layer here. Now you see what I mean about some sections being easier first, harder to start at the next part. Because now we got a really big drop off. Whereas if we'd gone up this way, we would have been able to clamber on the same level. So now I think we have to jump for this rock right here, which is scary with a GoPro. Do a little balance jump. There we go. Let's see what we got now. We could go down the easy way, but I think it's better to do a little drop off right here, right there. There we go. We've got a real treat for this one now. One of my favorite parts of Joshua Tree is every once in a while you can find a cave. Now this one looks like it's been used before. So we're gonna squat down and go see where this will lead us. Definitely been used by other hikers before. The rock stacks. These are called cairns, supposed to mark the safe way up the mountain. Oh my goodness. So they must have gone up right here. All right. Gotta get a little bit of a running start to get that high. Here we go. Ah, ah, ah. Thank you. Okay, another layer done. Sometimes you go a long ways up these things, only get shut down. That's where we want to get. But look at the chasm that you have to find a way up. Oh my gosh. You could attempt this crack with really strong fingers if you were really confident. You could go up that. Me, especially not with a camera. I'm not gonna shoot for that. So let's walk around a bit, see if we can find another way. Hi, little bird. Hi. You're awesome. Bye. Okay. So, hiker's rule, if you're ever going to get out and do some of this stuff, is look at the drop below me right now. That's probably 12 to 15 feet. Very dangerous to be able to fall off that. And I'm looking at this climb right here. And I'm thinking, if I can get around this nook, I can squeeze myself up in this crag and I'll be fine all the way up this thing. The problem with that is that, first off, this is not a pleasant maneuver, but I could probably do it if I was feeling really risky. Second off is that, how do you get down? This is where most hikers get really stuck, is because right now I have a little place of leverage to jump off of, get up onto this stuff. But if you're coming down this, what do? Where's your exit point? you'd have to jump and then you'd probably slip and fall another 30 feet. So it's not the route. I tried, but this mountain's gonna beat us today. You can see the gap. This is the problem we're facing. If I could get right there, getting to the top is easy. But this gap is separating us from every access point we could get up. So today the mountain beats us, but that's what makes hiking out here in Joshua Tree so fun, is you get to look over there and say, what about that one? I love it. We'll go run around a little bit and I'll show you a little bit more before we head back into town for dinner. Here's a fun fact for you. Something like 95% of the population will never sprint again after they turn 30 years old. I'm only 26 right now, but I want to be sprinting for many decades to come. So we start practice today. Alright, I'm ready for dinner now after a good run. So let's go get a good salad, I think, today. Pubs and bars usually aren't the best place for salads, but this one's really cool. So I'm gonna take you anyway. The Joshua Tree Saloon. I turned the audio way down for this because there's music I don't own playing in the background, but I got a good grilled chicken salad from Joshua Tree. It was pretty tasty. Most of the food you get in Joshua Tree is pretty good, and I still wanted to show you around a little bit. They got a boom box, all this old western stuff. It's a really cool place. Highly recommend if you're going through Joshua Tree. Okay, that was the Joshua Tree Saloon. I couldn't talk in there because there was music playing over it that YouTube doesn't like other people's music. So I wanted to show you that. Right now I'm going to go find a little place to sleep for the night, and I'll show you whenever we find it. And after this, get to head out to the next town on the destination list. But for now, let's just go find a little place to sleep, and it'll be fun. All right, I just found a little place off the highway a bit. You're not going to be able to see anything outside, but I'm maybe 200-300 yards off the road in a little dirt patch. Now I get to work on bedtime in my beautiful, beautiful van here. I was just driving down the road and just saying, like, man, I am so grateful. Gotta work hard, be able to make the next steps happen with this van and actually build it out so I can have a bed back here and lights and everything, so I don't have to use my phone to light up my face at night. But it's like so special to be able to share the journey with you of building out this new van. One of my dream lifestyle. It is coming to fruition. So thank you so much for joining me on this little adventure through Joshua Tree, California. We got many more of these towns coming up next, and if you're interested in a little bit more details about Joshua Tree and how you can check this place out, go to some of the places I went to on this video. You can click the link in the description and download the free Joshua Tree one-day guide that'll show you to all the places, Frontier Cafe, the Saloon, and a couple of my thoughts on each of those places. So it's totally free. Just click there, and then you get to be subscribed to my email list as well to get more adventure emails from me in between YouTube videos. Super excited to share all that with you. Click the link in the description and get that now. I'm gonna head to bed. You rock, stay wild, and be free.